Hey there, it's Katrina Sawa here, the Jumpstart Your Biz Coach with jumpstartyourmarketing.com and loveyourselfsuccessful.com, my book. And I'm doing a quick video business tip series right now in the month of December. And you hopefully have seen the first couple videos, but if not, go back to my YouTube or my blog and make sure you check them out. It's all about having a clear, focused action plan for the coming year. And you can do this any time of year, but we happen to be doing it in December right now because that's when most of you are focused on your plans and your goals for 2016. But this is good to do any year. I do this every December, November and December, really. And we already talked about what are you selling. What I really want to talk about in step number 2 is what you need to do to make your goals, to get your goals, make them happen. You know, what do you need to physically do? What is that action plan? And for most of you, you need to make more money, right? You need to get more clients or make more money. And we already talked about what you're selling and what you're going to sell. But if you've crunched the numbers and you know you want to sell, 10 of these things throughout the year and 50 of these things throughout the year, whatever that is, then that should equal your goal number. Great. Okay. If you haven't crunched those numbers, then crunch the numbers and figure out how many you need to sell every month on an average so that you can plot out every month what your sales goals are and what your enrollment conversations, your sales conversations, how many of those do you need to have? Most of us who are selling stuff over a couple $100 or even all the way into thousands of dollars, usually you need to have some kind of sales conversation with people in order for them to buy it. And that's usually done over the phone unless you are in person with clients. But I would recommend phone because it's much more efficient and you can have notes with you in front of you if you need to make notes or remember some questions to ask those prospects, etc. Because you want to have very effective and profitable sales conversations, right? You want to have a better conversion rate on how many people will buy your products and services. So you have to hone that conversation. If you're not really good at that conversation, then you need to learn more how to do enrollment conversations or sales conversations. And I don't care what kind of business you're in, if you need to sell stuff and you personally have to be the one to sell it, you want to master the conversation of sales. So you might need to take a class, you might need to come to an event, you might need to work with somebody to help you hone that conversation. I do that with almost every single one of my clients. It's very rare that there's an entrepreneur that I work with that is already doing 50 to 75% conversion rate. And that means that's how many people you convert after how many you've talked to. So one of the things we focus on is how to close more sales once you get people on the phone. Now, what I'm talking about today on this video is how to get more people on the phone or how to get more people to a conversation, right? And if you're driving them to the website, then that's fine too. You just need more quantity. Most of you just aren't marketing enough. You're not talking to enough people. So really what you want to focus on is getting in front of more people more often and in more ways. And that can be done in so many different ways. I have like 20 different marketing strategies that I teach in my programs and in my events. But the simplest ones, really networking in person, speaking in person, or speaking virtually by either doing this kind of stuff or interviews even, or your own teleclasses and webinars, or an actual telesummit or a speaking gig virtually. There's so many opportunities these days now with the internet. So you could speak tons virtually, probably 3 to 4 to 5 times a month if you really look for those opportunities. It's easier to get booked virtually these days than it is not like in person. So as a speaker, but those are the top 2 marketing strategies. And then social media. But the thing with social media is you have to be very clear and focused on what you're doing online on those sites that you're on. You can't just waste a bunch of time watching videos and looking at people's profiles. You got to be very succinct and clear with what you do. And I teach some very succinct strategies on what to do on social media. But those are the things that you want to do. So where's the quantity is what's important. You can't just talk to a couple new people on social media a week. You need to talk to hundreds, like 1,000 new people every month. How are you going to get in front of 1,000 new people every month, either in person or virtually or online? I'm serious. This is a number that you really want to put out there. And if you don't know how to do this, then you want some help. You need some help. It's not just going to instantly, inject itself into your brain on what to do. You need to reach out and ask for help or attend a workshop. I have workshops 4 times next year that you could come to that you're going to learn this stuff. And but the biggest thing, and one of the hardest things I think for entrepreneurs to do, is to have faith and believe in yourself. That you are going to make your goals, right? And have that faith that you're going to be, that when you talk to somebody, they're going to want to talk and have a conversation with you. And if you do the right things and if you do the enough quantity, that it's going to work itself out and you're going to make the money. Having faith and not just being anxious and nervous about making the money is the single most important thing I think that makes me so successful, is having that faith. I tell you, one time I went into an event that I was hosting, mind you, with the hotel fees were going to be around $5,000 to $6,000 that I was in, I had to pay at the end of this event, 3-day event. I went into that event with $500 in my bank account. $500 in my bank account. And I knew I was going to owe them $5,000 or maybe $4,000 at the end of the event. But I knew that I was delivering great value and I had a great offer that was a high-priced, high-end offer to work with me. I knew that the right number of people would come through and would put down their deposits. And by the end of that event, when I had to pony up with the hotel, all the deposits would be deposited and it would all work itself out. Most people don't have that much faith. They will cancel their event or do whatever it takes to make sure that they have the money, or they'll be too scared to get into that event. And then you're selling or creating value and content and delivering your content out of fear that you hope you make the money. I didn't do that. I just knew. I set intentions. I was very clear with what I needed to do and how I was going to deliver, and I made sure I was delivering really good content. And I tell you, it all worked itself out. I made a lot of money, and a lot of people, stepped forward to work with me, and I was very blessed, but it was because of faith. It was because of faith. And it's one of the hardest things to get. You can't buy faith. You have to practice it and be encouraged by a mentor or get accountability with somebody to make sure that you knock out that head trash that says you're not going to make it, or you're scared about money, or whatever it is. And, that's one of the things I do with clients, because a lot of my clients need to make money now. And we have to have conversations about, it's going to work itself out. These are the things you do. Just stay focused and it will happen. Have the faith. And some people do, some people don't have the faith, but the ones that do usually see the outcome. So, it's not a lot of nitty gritty stuff you have to do, as much as you have to believe that it's going to work itself out and you're going to make what you want to make, as long as it's a somewhat reasonable goal, right? So you're not going to go from $0 to $1 million 1 year. That's just not a logical goal. So, anyways, hopefully that's helpful. Stick around for the next couple videos, and I'm going to talk about more on how to get a clear, focused action plan for your year. And in the meantime, I'm booking calls for the end of December as well as January if you want to talk to me about how I can help you really jumpstart your business and yourself this year. I have some great events coming up. I do some coaching. I have groups. I have online products. There's lots of things we can talk about to get you started, from $35 to $15,000. That we can find a place that fits your budget and fits what you need right now in order to really get a clear, focused action plan in place. So I recommend you go to my website at jumpstartyourmarketing.com and /free gifts. Sign up for the free stuff if you haven't done so already. And or come and talk to me in a complimentary business strategy session. Just go to askkat.biz, askkat.biz, askkat.biz. Fill out the questions there, and I'll be in touch to schedule a call with you. Don't be scared. I know I'm kind of blunt in your face, and I'm a really A-type personality, but I help you no matter where you are. If you're an introvert or an extrovert, or you only have part-time to work on your business, it doesn't matter. We make the business fit the life you want, okay? So I'll hope to talk with you soon. Have a great holiday, you guys.